Hello everyone! Pineaaronapple here with Big Finish's new box set of audio dramas, The Ninth Doctor Adventures, Answer All Calls. This box set consists of 3 new episodes, and unlike the story arc that Ravagers followed, this box set is far more episodic, with these 3 adventures working as standalone stories. Christopher Eccleston returns as the Ninth Doctor, and boy is he a delight here. He excels himself from last time, now seemingly more comfortable acting in an audio-based format. The Doctor has no concrete companion, but meets new people every episode, unlike the continuous companions that featured in Ravagers. I'll leave the link to my review of Ravagers on my other channel in the description. Be warned, I will be giving away spoilers for these stories in this episode. Now without further ado, let's get into them. First is Girl Deconstructed, probably my favourite out of the 3 stories. In a Scottish town, many teenagers have gone missing from their families, but they remain. A pretty interesting tagline, right? The Doctor teams up with a police officer named Jana, who wants to solve the missing cases because the same thing once happened to her childhood friend. This story is a rare case in Doctor Who where there is no clear villain of the story. These teenagers are being dispersed, atom by atom, but they are still connected, just spread out, leaving them as a kind of neural network in the air. Still alive, but with no body. The cause of this is a travelling group of creatures that pick up on the teenagers' childish wishes of escape and try to help by taking them along, but humans are too big for them to carry. So in order to carry them, they attempt to reduce the weight and atomize the teens. Although once spread out, they aren't in the same state anymore. So in their rush, the Seraphim just leave them there dispersed. The Doctor uses a young girl named Marnie, who has been dispersed, to talk to the Seraphim and ask for the kids to be constructed again. But the Doctor ends up having to do it himself with a human 3D printer-like device. This episode has a mostly happy ending. By using a translation device the Doctor used to talk to Marnie, Jana and the Doctor return to the site of her childhood friend, Douglas's disappearance, and learn the same thing happened to him, although unfortunately he is too far gone to bring back. So all our characters give him a nice birthday party to make up for lost time. An odd ending, but utterly heartwarming. The only downside I felt was that I think Marnie's dad either could have had more to do or more emotional dialogue with his daughter. I give Girl Deconstructed by Lisa McCullen a 9 out of 10. Next is Fright Motif. Wow, these first 2 titles are really punny. Oh. In post-war Paris, a musician named Artie is losing his talent after a family tragedy and a creature of sound is attacking him, drawn by the Discord. The story itself here isn't anything that intense or genius, but where the story really shines is the characters. Artie and Zazie, the 2 musicians, are great throughout the story, best when together. And Maurice, the hotel manager, Artie's boss, starts off as the pencil-necked ass, but as we learn more about his past, he starts to show his kinder side, even sacrifices himself for Artie. The background of the war having been lived through also affects our characters' choices throughout the story. I love little details like that can create a unifying and overarching feeling throughout the story and between the characters. The audio gimmick is used very well, but certain scenes, like when Artie and Zazie use their instruments to help trap the creature, do get a little overwhelming. On the whole, this episode is good, but is quite average when compared to the other ones. I give Fright Motif by Tim Foley a 7 out of 10. Finally is Planet of the End. The Doctor answers a distress signal on a planet that has been turned into a historical tourist destination of sorts. The resident artificial intelligence traps the Doctor and follows him as he explores. He names her Fred, although after being alone on the planet for so long, she has been forced to develop a personality of sorts to entertain herself. After contacting her superiors, who are after the Doctor for his many past transgressions on historical sites, he finds the source of the signal, a massive golden pyramid made of quantum gold that houses a nefarious force. Fred's boss arrives and incapacitates the Doctor in a natural immobilized state. I call it treeification. Now stuck in his head, the Force trapped in the gold attack and assimilate his mind. These are the Incorporation, a species of creatures that are basically the BBC merchandising group, who will buy your own soul off you if they wanted. But to return, they wish to invest in the Doctor's brand, wanting to take over his body and only save people in the universe for the right price. They torture the Doctor until he is ready to make this deal. Using his Artron energy, he will be able to see the sunset every now and then, and in return, he gives them an installment of the energy they need to return. Using his allotted time, he contacts Fred to build a device that will unpetrify him and disconnect him from the Incorporation. But by the time he escapes, the Incorporation has enough energy to awaken, and Fred now has more initiative after these many years to help the Doctor instead of following the orders of Hinge, who wishes to capture the Doctor. If not to the Incorporation, the energy must go somewhere, and it can't be the Doctor or he will be taken over as per their deal. So after a tussle with the treacherous Hinge, Fred is given the dose and given a pseudo-life, instead of the slavish AI existence she had before. In this story, I had a blast. Fred was a delight, especially with her multiple reports on the Doctor's status to Hinge, and the Incorporation were a great new antagonist. Not only in that role, but the idea itself is great. There are also a lot of references, like Sontarans and a grave for the family of blood. But, my god, do I have a hard time fathoming how that works. I give Planet of the End by Timothy X Attack an 8 out of 10. I very much enjoyed these stories with an average score of 8 out of 10 as a whole, and I certainly recommend you pick this one up, with no context needed from the last box set if you don't have the opportunity to grab that one. Thank you so much everyone for watching this first Doctor Who review on my main channel. I will be doing more on this channel, so stay tuned. If you liked the video, please like it, leave a comment down below if you wish, and please subscribe, and if you do, ring that notification bell so you are told every single time I make an upload. Once again, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!
Toast. A little piece of toast. Because there's so much to choose from. There's brown bread, white bread, all sorts of wholemeal bread. It comes in funny packages with writing on the side.